rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me this morning. Hopefully there's just one of me. It looks like there's just one of me. Hopefully you can hear me. It looks like you can hear me. I hope you're having a great day. It's Thursday. Is today Thursday? Let me make sure. It is Thursday. You know, I've come on before on like a Wednesday and gone, it's Thursday, and people are like, and it's spoiled Monday. So good morning, everyone. Excellent. Thank you, Comic Brand and Rainbow Ash. You're so to say awesome. Thank you. You know, I'm going to do our thing. Give me just a minute. We're going to talk about exorcisms and stuff like, exorcisms from the point of non-believers. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll be back.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh, no. The Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning built flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that hundred small, light a candle or you're going to hell.
All right, we are back. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you've had a great week. Let me bring Ryan on if my buttons are going to work. They work. Look, everything seems to be working this morning.
Oh, look at you.
I know. I should just stop now.
All fancy before it goes
See y'all
wrong.
Monday. See y'all tomorrow. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. How are you doing this morning? Love the hair, the little thingies in the hair. That's cool.
My little antennae, searching for
There you go.
Jesus.
There you go.
Calling him
Any luck?
home.
Not
yet.
Like runway lights.
Yeah, exactly. If he has the signal right, then he'll be able to receive and know when to come back. So,
But if you have your head cocked like this or something, he may read it wrong and crash into the ground. So, you gotta be careful.
Oops.
I know. So have you been having a good week so far, Miss Ryan?
Yeah, it's been fine thus far. I guess nothing that I can complain about. What about yourself?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. It's going okay. I've been working on my computer. Let me tell you real quick. You guys don't want to hear this nerd stuff, but I lost a lot of audio sound effects. I had a lot of audio sound effects and I'd put them in a folder, and my DaVinci Resolve was not working right. So I did this super uber uninstall of it, and I uninstalled my drivers, and I just blessed it and prayed over it, Jedi mind trick on my computer. And whenever I was done, all my custom sound effects were gone. I can't get them back.
Oh no.
I've been fighting all morning to get them back, and I can't. It's kind of like not really a loss because I just found them.
True.
Like a week ago or 2 or 3 days ago, I found them somewhere. I remember finding them. I put them into place, and
sometimes it do be like that.
they do be like that. I know. It's tech gremlins. It's my own fault. Oh, and this morning I was like, well, what happened was this morning I uninstalled DaVinci Resolve. So what I need to do is I need to go in there and do a system restore. To the moment before I uninstalled. And it was there. The system restore point was there. And I clicked the system restore, and it said, all right, it's going to restore. And it said, restoring your registry files for 5 minutes.
Oh no. One of them.
Minutes. And then I went and started doing other things. And yeah, so I was thinking, man, I wasn't going to have a show today, guys.
Darn.
But I pressed the power button. I held it for 6 seconds. The computer went off. Whenever it came back up, it said, hey, man, your system restore didn't work. So we didn't actually change anything.
Damn.
Okay. No, that's good because it didn't die in the middle of it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Everything's been running okay. Music's still going, or sound effects are still going, but still. Anyway.
Okay.
Such is the life.
All that work.
True enough. That's all right. I'll get it back. I'll get something back. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. We got Comic Brandon in the chat. Really is here. God Gray, old dude, was hitting me up this morning. He's got a song, I think, or some business that he is sending me. I was fighting, because the last couple of days, every time I start the show, there's two Chris's. And then whenever I get rid of the two Chris's, there's no sound. And so I was slaying those tech gremlins earlier whenever Gray old dude was like, hey, I got something for you to listen to. I'm like, yeah, leave me alone, man, leave me alone. Anyway, I'm sure it's probably hilarious. We'll have to check it out. Oh yeah, lots of people use DaVinci Resolve. It's very cool. Good morning, Locked On Law. Really? Equus is here. Rainbow Ash, I think, got the day off playing hooky, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Good to have you. Adrian Belgrave is here. Adrian Belgrave. We had another Christian in the chat. I don't know if they continued to stay in the chat yesterday. Oh, was it Noman? No, it wasn't Noman. I mean, Noman is one of them, but it was somebody else who seemed sincere. I don't remember. Anyway, Adrian, yeah, there was another Christian in here. We've had some trolls, because that happens.
It happens from time to time.
It do happen.
Yeah, but
yes.
We have amazing mods. Who handle business when business needs to be handled.
That's true. That's good too. I would like to ask the mods, though. Well, I'll leave it alone for now. Sometimes my mods get a little eager and somebody just posts a statement because they don't like that person. They get rid of, they hide that. I don't want them doing that. If you say something ugly, if you're swearing in the chat, if you're, putting scriptures in the chat, preaching, if you're spamming same word over and over again, that kind of business. But if somebody just, if somebody's a douchebag and, not necessarily ban them for that. When they get to threatening or something, then we can miss. Anyway, let us see here. No, a rainbow is God's gift. I don't know. God's gift to who? God's gift is said that he'll never kill every person on the planet again.
His penis?
Why? It's a reminder for him to not kill everybody again, because he needs a reminder.
Allegedly, the bow is also like a representation of the man's, the virality of his
really? I did not realize the bow.
Yeah, there's a whole section in Francesca Stavrakopoulos' book, God and Anatomy. Yeah.
I hope she's putting those into videos, because I'm not a book reader. I'm just a book reader.
She does interviews. She does do interviews, but I don't think she really puts out much like social media by way of herself. I mean, she did do that series that I think you watched, the 3-part series where she went to occupy Palestine and kind of, went through and then showed that temple with the big feet and whatever. That's like a 3-part series. But other than that, I would love for her to do more. Like, please.
Yeah.
Please do more. I love her.
Dr. Kip is here and says, yes, the bow is phallic. There's so many things that are phallic. There are so many phallic objects. You've seen, what is it? The Da Vinci Code.
Yes, I did. It's been a very long time.
The penises and the vaginas, the penises and the vaginas.
Oh, I kind of forget that.
Yeah, like in the military, the more penises you have, the chevrons, the more penises you have, the higher rank you have, that sort of thing on your sleeve. It's interesting. Fun stuff. Good morning, Darth Gently. Thank you for joining us.
Don't do it too hard. Do it
Captive Desk. Do it gently. That's right. Captive Desk. Good morning, Dave. Thank you for being here this morning, fellow Star Trekky person. Jesus is my medication. That's interesting, Noman. Yeah,
you inject it, or
or is it a suppository? How's that work? Just curious.
That's a freaking medication.
Take 2 Jesuses and call me in the morning. If they slip,
time for my Jesus.
Yeah.
Whoop.
That's fantastic. Try the Jesus patch. Oh, that's a good idea to help you get off Jesus slowly. Little patch, like. Ooh, I hear a show. Father Flanagan's product coming in. Yes, the Jesus patch.
Thanks for the inspiration, 69. No one's. Now, why do you have such a sexual name? 6969. What's going on with that, bruh? Wait, see, I see you. I see what you're doing.
It could be that this individual was born in 69. Could be. It's often doesn't have, I thought I remember the person the other day saying they were older than me. I don't think they said they were much older than me. They were, so like 10 or something years, and that would not be 69. So Jesus patch to get rid of the addiction. That's a great one. I like that. Are you hooked on Jesus? Well, fear not, my wayward child. I can't
know a
really
lot
do
of
Father
people.
Flanagan's impersonation. I try, but I can't really do it. You do what?
I know a lot of people who are hooked on Jesus.
I don't know if I'm right or not. You clarify for me and forgive me if I'm overstepping, but it looks like it would appear as though you are wearing like a sweater jumper thing with a bra on the outside of that, like a swimming bra kind of thing. Is that what I'm saying?
It's just like a little pair of what do you call them? Overalls. Oh my gosh.
Oh, overalls. Okay, yeah. From here it looks like those like fancy swim bra kind of thing.
It does because you can't you can't see the whole thing.
This is a new style trend thing going on. I'm always at the back end of these things.
I have no style, so there is no trend here other than put clothes on body.
Understood. I got you. I'm same way. Woke and stoked. The gospel isn't wanted here. Shake the dust off your feet and beat it, Norman. Yeah. Yeah, again, chill, be debate, make your points heard. Don't insult people, don't threaten people, don't preach, that sort of thing will be cool. Brandon says, so you're one of those Marines that enlisted and never saw action despite praying for it because Christians love violence. Now it's your entire identity. The myth of Christians being sweet, loving, some are. I can't say they're all bad. Just a lot of them are bad. There's a high percentage in my area, if you will.
Oh boy, it's such a very persnickety group.
It is.
It really is. You have your very mild and meek and mild tempered Christians. You really do. It does run the gamut, but it's the ones who are just those squeaky wheels, the squeaky wheels of Christianity that really grate on our souls. And I don't even believe I have a soul, but it grates on the soul that I pretend I have.
Hey, Maya, if you're watching, please don't ban him for just saying things like that. He said you were lied to if you left the Lord. Don't block him for that. I mean,
did you say you were lied to?
Yeah, we're lied to if we left the Lord. I don't want to ban them for stuff like that. And some people, that's exactly what we're talking about just a minute ago. But because we're getting to where we're banning people, I don't like that. Just banning them like that. If they say something ugly, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I just saw yesterday there was a lot of people banning his words, and I don't care. Just go gently with the ban hammer is all I'm saying.
Oh my, do I reject Jesus?
But I do have to admit, I do really like and trust Maya. Maya's been around. She's seen things. And she's like, he's proselytizing. I'm like, yeah, not really. And then I look over and he's like literally proselytizing. I'm like, okay, yeah, she's not wrong.
Well, so do you Maya, reject Jesus, Chris?
You just carry on, Maya. And I think at this point, I'll just save you some time. If he continues what he's doing, I'll just ban him from the channel because we got no time for this. As you know, I don't really watch all this. I just kind of noticed yesterday there was some things that I didn't put them in context because I was reading along. I just noticed a lot of things that were just like simple phrases, not insults or not, but they may have been proselytizing too. I was going on. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I see. I got you. So, dude, you need to chill out. Noman, you need to chill with the preaching, converse, dialogue, or go the hell away.
There's your choice, partner.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's
See,
your
there's
free
a great
will.
can even any of you tell me who started the Big Bang? That's a great way. That's so much better than telling us, the Lord is Jesus, come to the Lord, blah, 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 blah. Do that stuff. That's, I mean, it's still silly. It's still kind of, been there, done that. Oh my God, we roll our eyes every time we see nuts come in. Who started the Big Bang? Was it Jesus? Was it God? How do you prove it? We've been there, But again, if I see you doing the thing, what I'll actually watch is I'll just kind of watch for Maya blocking you. And if she is, because things go by so fast, I don't really get to read. But if I notice that she's blocking you, I'm just going to assume you're being a douche, and I'm going to bounce you. Don't do it no more.
Adios.
There you go. Bum. Darth gently. I caused the Big Bang. There you go. That's a good one. I think I was even there.
I banged your mom.
I was there.
I was there in spirit.
Yes. And I would appreciate it if Noman could prove I wasn't. Carry on. I'll be here. Firecrackers. Rainbow Ash said I got horny and started the Big Bang. Yes. Infidel. Good morning, Infidel. Thank you for joining us this morning. Yeah, there's lots of things. I mean, there's a whole bunch going on whenever we see this actually a lot. They come in there, who started the thing? And then they the universe couldn't have started itself, couldn't have created itself, but my God somehow created itself and came into existence without any help. But the universe couldn't have done it. It's just stupid. We do this all the time. So carry on. Chat, eat them up. Yeah.
Yahweh's so cool, man. He just is able to do anything except write a book.
Right. Here's a cute one. This is just cute. See, you guys can't even answer the Big Bang question. Who started it? Nobody can answer the Big Bang. No person on this entire fucking planet can answer that question scientifically. Nobody. And to say that since we here in the chat can't answer it proves you right is just ignorant. You're demonstrating your own ignorance when you do these things. I'm just saying. And really, prove your God did it. Prove somehow that Jesus or your God did it. You cannot. You'll go to the Bible. You're like, Bible says in the beginning. Yeah, but the Norse mythology says that a cow squirted the universe into existence out of its udder. How is that any different than? So crazy.
We didn't start the fire. It was always something.
Yeah, that's good.
Yahweh didn't start the Big Bang. Or Yahweh.
Comic Brenda says, I'm a network technician. Do you have any questions about Wi-Fi? Yeah. Ever wonder why you unbelievers only talk crap? See, we've been these comes up so often. But you know what? I'll entertain you, man. This just because. All right. Why do we not tell? I'll let Ryan do it this time. Ryan.
What was the question?
Would you briefly explain, I say, but because we do it all the time, to this individual, why we talk crap about Jesus and not about Buddha or Muhammad?
Number one, Christianity is what harmed me. Christianity is why I am the way I am today. And that wasn't a choice. That was forced upon me. And currently, with the climate that we're looking at in the United States, specifically with our president, the way he's implemented Project 2025, which is a completely Christian nationalist agenda, a takeover of our government, of course, that I'm going to fight the enemy that is that the call is coming from within the house.
That's right.
I'm not going to focus my energy anywhere else but on the enemy who wants to see me no longer able to even fight back, to even have a voice.
It's interesting how many Muslims or Buddhists are in our Congress today taking rights away from women in the name of their religion. None, but Christians are. They absolutely are. Christians are. They're all over it. I don't really hear about them putting any Hindu or Buddhist or Islamic, forcing any of those teachings to be put on the walls of every classroom in every school, but Christians do. So
I know they ask for maybe accommodations, But like, I don't really care about accommodations. Like, it's
right.
that's like, to me, like the accessibility aspect. Just make it accessible for everybody, whatever. As long as you're not interfering with my daily and the things that I have to do or influencing, whatever. All's fair in love and war.
Yes. So that kind of answers the question. And I think I'm done. These are all like basic, boring. The next one's what happens when you die. Is this not?
It's the same. It's like the same answers over and over.
Same crap over and over. Well, what happens after you? What happens after you die? There's trillions of living creatures on this planet over the past few hundred years, few million years. What happens to all of them after they die? Or is it just humans? Are we special? This is just stupid.
Well, what happened before I existed?
Yes, what happened before you existed?
I don't know, because there was billions and billions of years before I existed, and guess what? There's going to be billions and billions after I exist.
Right. Nothing honest in here, but I will debate your crazy leader on the phone. You know, I really respect your narcissism to think we're going to change our entire program to deal with you the way you want to deal with you. It's bad enough that we're giving you the attention to talk to you. I'm only doing it because it's entertaining me to do so.
Right.
But I don't continue. I don't continue talking to the toilet paper after I wipe my ass with it.
Oh, come on now.
With you. It's a little harsh, you know. The seriousness in this individual is not there. They're not. Now they're just being a troll. Random troll. Go look anywhere. Go find any kind of. Dr. Ben is here. Somebody interesting is here. Hello, Dr. Ben. Are you in New Mexico now? Or did you make it? You landed. I do believe you made it to the place.
I'm pretty certain, because Bree was broadcasting from her new put together room.
Oh yeah, new studio.
Yes,
cool.
New studio.
Awesome. Very cool. Good on that. I want to kind of check that out. I'm going to be doing this. Oh, before I forget. See, he just couldn't do it, could he?
Oh, does he love me? He wants me to come home.
Jesus loves you all. Yep.
Where's home?
There you go. Well, back to the proselytizing. See, despite the warnings, back to the proselytizing, right? And just enjoy that message, because that's the last one you're going to read.
But thank goodness he told me, Chris, because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And now I know.
We warned him. We warned him. We told him. I told him. I warned him. I mean, right? So Maya, thank you.
Maya says, I had the radar going.
She did. Well, you know, again, I really, if it kind of my reaction goes back to kind of a while back. We used to have way too many people with wrenches, and they were trying to help. They were really trying to help. And there was just over eagerness, you know. Somebody pop in the chat, say, "Hey, everybody, how are you doing?" They're like, blap, they don't like him. He's gone. Just, I guess, like this guy today, but at least we gave him time. Anyway, no worries. You
got to dial it down, Norman. Noman, you've got to dial it down a lot.
Yeah, it's somewhere else. Because, yes. Ooh, Jesse James time. Eternal hellfire burning the majority of mankind for all eternity. That pointless, unjust system in the man-made Bible that I refuse to believe. Well, what's a way to kick in the door, Jesse James time? We are people, not animals, yet animals face non. Well, yeah. We are people kind of thing. That's awesome, too. We are animals. I am an animal.
Yeah, I agree, secular feminist, that it's actually a curse. Jesus loves you despite you being a sinner who deserves to burn in hell.
Yes. Isn't that right?
Who created that hell? Who created that sin? That's right.
That's right. God. And if Jesus is God, then Jesus created all the hell.
Right. I mean, or he's still a simp. Either way, no matter how you
no doubt
that hierarchy, he's still got
yeah.
Licking that boot.
That's right. I mean, I like to say he's just that, like he's somebody. It's like an extortionist, you know, like you're running a business, like a little business in a little town. He comes in, it's like the big guy is going to come get you if you don't pay me money.
Right.
I'm taking care of you. I'm protecting you. But if you don't do what I say, the big guy is going to come get you. That's
right. He's like the freaking mob boss of the divine.
Right. Yes. John Hudson said, "Enjoy the hair in your teeth as you 69."
John.
John, you know who I miss? I miss Raven. Raven's sense of humor was, of course, occasionally could tip the scales, but it was, you know, we miss having Raven in the chat. Had some good stuff. Hierarchy.
I don't know. Did I say? I might have said it. I don't know. Oh, I love it. I hate it.
Absolutely. Neurogazer. Good morning, Neurogazer says, I'm willing to put up with preachers. It helps your viewer stats as they are fun to dispute. You know, I'm kind of torn on it, really. Normally, it's just really the attacking thing, but I get it. I don't care. You know, at some point you go, is this person a troll? You know, if we literally stopped and answered any of their questions, would they move on to the next conversation and go, no, they answered that question.
Right.
Or would they just ask the same stupid question to the next atheist they went up against?
That's the problem is I don't believe half these people are engaging genuinely.
Me either.
You know?
It's like he even has a list of questions. These are like, they were like the top 10. He was hitting them right off the top.
There's a playbook. There's an apologist playbook. Ask atheists these questions they never have an answer for.
Right. You know, the objective morality was probably coming soon. How do you get objective morality? I'm like, you should watch my videos on how do you get any objective morality from the Bible at all? I mean, it's just, so let's see. You can just tell based on how they are asking questions, says Rainbow Ash. That's very true. You know?
Yeah. Like, I think Adrian, when he asks a question, I believe that he's asking it out of like earnest, you know, inquisitive, genuine curiosity versus,
oh, so you're not worried about burning in hell, are you?
Right.
No,
Right.
I'm not.
Again, right? And then with the Jesus loves you over and over again.
Right.
Jesus
They tell
doesn't
you on
even
one
know
hand-
me.
They tell you on one hand about how you're going to burn, but then on the other about how much he loves you. Like,
How much do you love it?
listen, I've been in an abusive relationship and I'm good. So
It does sound like an abusive relationship, doesn't it?
Is it not?
Classic. That is fantastic. I tell you what, we're going to take a little break. I'm going to top off my coffee here. Let's do something. I want to do bump out. Oh shit, you dumbass. Sorry, that was me. Let's do it the conspiracy win.
Are you feeling the world is leaving you behind? Do you look at all the pseudoscience, rumors, and wild speculation on the internet and wonder, why can't I do that? Well, friend, you can. We can help you. We are Conspirowin. Conspirowin has a long history of helping anyone with a hidden truth. We will get your message out. The conspiracy theories you see today all started out with one person's vision. The moon landing hoax was launched by a NASA engineer whose manager didn't okay his vacation request. Conspirowin was there to help out. Christianity started out because one little girl named Mary got pregnant out of wedlock, and Conspirowin saved the day. Now, the virgin birth is accepted Catholic doctrine. You may be thinking, but my idea of the center of the earth being made of ice is far-fetched. No one's going to believe that. In a world where people believe windmills cause cancer, we say no dream is too big. Conspirowin will take your fledgling idea and feed it to our YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok operatives. And these savvy social media professionals will raise doubts with the prevailing scientific consensus. They will say, no one has ever seen the planet's core except Jesus. And science is wrong all the time. That's why science has theories and not Jesus. Within 30 days, we guarantee you CNN will run a story on how your conspiracy theory isn't true. We will also give you 100% assurance Fox News will say your crazy idea about the Earth's core being an icy ball is true. Follow your heart. Listen to the voices no one else can hear. Team up with Conspirowin.
And we are back. There we are. Good morning, Kelly Laughlin. Thank you for joining us today. It's been an interesting morning so far. Somebody out there did mention in the chat that this is not it's not a debate show. It's not really a call-in debate show.
We're not master debaters, you know?
We're not. But I don't think you'd have to be in these cases, really. And how does that ever really work? Okay, so what started the Big Bang? I don't know what started the Big Bang. Then God must have started. Is that how what comes
I guess
next?
that's where they're trying to lead you, but I still don't know why I'm supposed to care.
Yeah. And
guess
how
that's
can
my
they prove
problem.
that God did that?
They cannot.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Master debaters. That's right. Every biblical claim attributed to God is falsifiable. Well, one of the things that I noticed specifically in the last chapter that I reviewed in the Bible, which was chapter 15 of the evil God monster of Abraham's book of death, every promise made to Abram in that chapter was a lie. None of them came true. The one thing that he did tell Abram that did come true was that he was going to have children. But Abram didn't believe him. In the very next chapter, had sex with a woman, not his wife, in order to have a child because he didn't trust the Lord when the Lord said that you would have a child. So it's like a lying God. It's the God of lies.
Yeah, he's a manipulator.
Yeah, absolutely. Rainbow Rembrandt is here. Good morning, Rembrandt 972. Thank you for joining us this morning. Let me see here. Oh, we do have a poll. And the poll is related to the topic of exorcisms. So I'm going to read the question. Do you think exorcisms are harmful, helpful, or just theatrical? We have 12 votes. Slackers, a bunch of slackers. So you guys need to go vote. Harmful? Well, I was really late putting the post up because my computer was dying on me. I was like, clear, boom, clear, boom.
Come back to me, my love.
Yes. Dear baby Jesus, if you see those files,
There's no atheists when your computer's broke.
That's right. There's no atheists at the computer repair counter. Do you think exorcisms are harmful, helpful, or just theatrical? 83% of our respondents says harmful, preys on vulnerable people. 8% says helpful if it provides comfort. And then 8% says just theatrical. So that's an interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I say it's all theatrical. It's all pomp and circumstance. It's all just pageantry. It's all projection. I go on.
Oh yeah. Entertainment. I guess there's an entertainment value.
Entertainment value. It's more entertaining now to me, than it was before.
As long as you're not the person being exorcised.
Please don't.
Yeah, that could be rough. And Geo Sam excellently puts it, exorcisms are abusive. Very much could be. And one of the things, like if they come over and they rub oil on your head and they're like, demon be gone, that's one thing. That's not generally how they would do that. All the way like to trepanning rituals to try to let the demons out, knocking holes in their heads. So yeah, you'll learn about that in Stargate SG-1.
Oof, great.
Yeah. I knew you'd be excited.
Love that for myself.
It is interesting. Yeah. And tomorrow, by the way, we'll talk about those things. Tomorrow is going to be Sci-Fi Friday. We're going to be talking about Stargate SG-1, the first couple of seasons. I want to mention, my friends out there, we do have, you probably see the links up here. We've got a fundraiser going. Oh, shit. There's there's links down below. Thank you for that. And there's going to be a fundraiser tomorrow. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be a fundraiser. There's going to be a lot of fun and cool stuff. Click down below. You will find the link to take you to the I think it's don't tell me, Skeptic Haven. They're hosting it. And so there's also a link down there to where you can go donate if you can. Please go do so to help the peoples out. Let me see here. Kip Davis. There really is an interesting episode about college debate method on the podcast Radio Lab. Interesting. Fundraiser for what? Adrian, it's a fundraiser to help out some of the people in our community. Not Adrian Belgrave. Ember, and then Cosmic Kyle. Oh, wait a minute, what the hell?
Yeah, I think isn't it Cosmic Kyle?
It is, isn't it Sadie and Cosmic Kyle? And I don't know Sadie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I said yes, to help out some of our people, and it's being hosted by Helen. So they're doing it through I don't remember which place they're doing. Is it GoFundMe?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's just GoFundMe.
I believe so.
I do believe. Let me go check.
Mhm.
Bing, bing, bing. Let's see. And so, but if you can, go help them out. And the show starts, like I said, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Me and Neil, the 604 Atheist, there's only one of him, will be on the show tomorrow. We're going to kick it off. It's going to be a lot of fun. I really enjoy Neil. He's a hoot. Let me find that link real quick. I'm trying to find the link. Where's the link? There we go. I knew I could do it. YouTube to help out, and it is GoFundMe, and I'll post a link here in the chat in case you guys don't see it down there for some reason. But so if you can, go do that voodoo that you can for them. Let me go here. Post. Awesome sauce.
We appreciate the support.
Yes, they're wonderful. There we go. Yay. Man, I threw $10 at them and everybody else is making me look like the poor cousin. Goodness gracious.
Nice.
That's awesome. So if you can, go help them out. Okay, so let me ask you, Ryan, what are your thoughts? Well, I don't know that the Jehovah's Witnesses have anything like that, do they? It's totally foreign.
Okay, so I don't know how much they believe in exorcisms. I think they feel your best defense is to just stay away from the demons altogether, and then you won't have that kind of problem. But they do believe that spirits possess ordinary, everyday items. Like they can be in clothes, they can be in a book.
In items?
Yes, because those specific items might be tied to an occult practice, or maybe the person who owned it before, like that sweater, that evil sweater, the person who owned that evil sweater before was into witchcraft, and the spirits attached themselves to the sweater that went to Goodwill, and now you bought it, and now you brought it home, and now the demons are attacking you while you sleep. It's pretty common.
Amazing. It is amazing how powerful and how everywhere the devil, Satan, and the demons are. What's going on?
I'm just laughing at Secular Villainous says demons are people too.
Of course.
Yeah.
But it's like they're everywhere. Where are all the angels? There was like a third of, it just seems like demons are everywhere. Satan has all the power. He can do everything. He's everywhere. He can whisper in everybody's ear. And when he does it, people actually tend to listen to him. Less than God for some reason. And his angels. Are they not everywhere? Are they not listening? Are objects not imbued with angels? Because demons are actually just fallen angels, right?
Yeah,
if a demon can possess an object. Yeah.
I mean, they're gods. I mean, if you really want to get down to the get down, they're actually gods that just got lower down in the hierarchy.
I see. Demigods.
I mean, they basically are still gods. What is the freaking difference? If the angel can kill, like, I forget what Bible verse it is, but if that angel could kill like 180K people overnight, like, I don't know if y'all remember that, they woke up and everybody was like, because some angel came down and did it. Like, is that not like what a god can do?
That's right. And I've agreed. I agree. Now, here's the deal. Did the angel do it? Or did the angel do it with the power of the Lord? I know it sounds like the same thing, but it's not really.
No. It's definitely different, but I don't know that I don't think it's specified. Right. So you'd have to,
Yeah. No, I'm with you. One of the things I like, I always do that because I like to blame everything on the Lord. When Noah cursed Canaan,
why did God go through with it?
Yeah, he did it with the power of the Lord. Noah,
God said, bro, no. Yeah. That's uncool. Chill out. Like, duke it out with your son, Ham. Right. Like, y'all can go toe to toe. Like, put your dukes up, and then like get over it and move on.
Very true. And all the power exists, though. It just exists. Yes. Can't
It's
prove
just there to
demons
draw from.
exist, but they're real. Yeah, it's interesting. The whole demon aim, one of the things really that always got me was the whole third of the host of heaven. That's a lot of folk.
That's,
That alone got me.
that doesn't say very much about you as a ruler.
It doesn't, does it? It doesn't.
That's a
You
big
know?
chunky chunk, bruh. And you're the almighty, all perfect, all knowing, whatever God. Don't sound like it.
What's supposed to be the difference between Satan and any other angel? I'm just
There
curious. He's right. He's just another angel, just like all the rest of them, right? I mean, he happened to step up and be the leader of them, but other than that, he's just another angel. And if he is that strong, then they're all that strong.
That's what I'm
Right?
saying. There's no end
Yeah.
to their power. So which leads me to believe, obviously this is all just made up. The reason why God can't defeat Satan is because he's just as powerful as him. He's just as godlike, which is why Satan rules the world. And obviously I do not believe any of that, but it's just fun to say because why wouldn't
good.
he? It sounds good and it makes sense because why would he not go after the dude who's causing the issues versus going through all the process of creating a son, having him be birthed, go through this very vulnerable period of his life where he could have been murked at any given damn time because he's, people know that the Son of God is now here. And you make him go through that and kill him
Right.
instead of the dude who's causing all the.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Yeah.
Help.
It's an abusive relationship, right? Just because you have to want to come to me. And if you don't want to come to me, God, if you go to the other guy, then I beat you with a stick. It's an abusive relationship. It's, it's just.
He loves the drama. He lives for the drama.
Right,
This
right.
God.
Kip says this is late Christian mythology. The Satan myth is obviously not there in the biblical text. Of course.
Yeah. There's a lot of places he's, like I said before, the first real story we get about Satan is in Job, like where he's really like intermingling with people and having conversation. Other than that, he's just mentioned every a couple times in the Bible. He's not. It's not until Christians get a hold of him, they're like, now we have a scapegoat.
And I don't think of those mentionings of him. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Kip. I don't think any two are mentioning the same person. I don't think they're ever talking about the same creature, individual.
I mean,
so like in Job,
is a title,
right? So in Job, it's like it's a specific individual, but then in the other time it mentions one of them. Yeah, Hasatan, the advocate, the right, or some business like that. So and again, especially even with the devil in Job, I say the devil. Apologies, devil, if you're watching, if I mispronounce your name. Even in Job, though, God takes credit for those kills. Well, he puts those kills on the side of his plane.
And you have to remember too, we kind of just take the Bible and we see this book that exists, this construct that wasn't created till much later. So as you say, when somebody's writing about Ha-Satan, it does not mean that the person in Samuel who writes about Ha-Satan is the same Ha-Satan. Exactly right. Just like when the Latin version of the Bible starts with a V, whatever. When it was written and they label Lucifer, which is a title like Lightbringer, and then Revelation has the same title, Lightbringer, and then one means Jesus, but one means allegedly this Satan. I mean, again, you'd have to say, okay, well, either they're both the same person or it's just a fracking title.
Yeah. Absolutely. Vulgate.
Thank you. It was in there. I knew it was in there. It was just,
Yes.
So like the 4th-ish century is when that confusion starts. So if you just look at the timeline, if you break down the timeline, everything starts to make sense.
I wonder, here's a kind of a question. Is this, and this is going to sound weird, does the authenticity of the religion become greater the further back in time you go? So we go back to the Vulgate, or we talk about the people who did the ancient writings. They wrote this stuff down, but it wasn't the same story as the oral narratives were. They made changes. And if you were sitting there just like we are now, and they're going, oh, hey, look, this means this, but it didn't mean this. In other words, I don't know if that's a hard one to explain. That's kind of a toughie. In other words, we take it, we're like, oh, this is modern Christianity. There was no devil back in the original writings.
Right.
Okay. He had one kind of meaning, but before that, before the original writings, are they true to everything where they got that from, or were they inspired, or were they written by stories like Moses?
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
yeah. So at what point does it, at what point does it become real and you go, this is the time period in history when that religion is right, when it's correct? But after that, where it's new Christian shit. Before that, it's just blah, blah, blah. But this is the correct time period. This is when the writings matter, because after that, the writings don't seem to matter, because we didn't get angels with wings and peoples until the 11th century. So, but that was the 11th century. So that must not be real. So at what point, what time back in history do we go, oh, that's the real Christian. That's the real religion.
There's so much to be said about that. And there's so much, and there's so much I hate about that too, because there's this idea today of orthodoxy, of how it's just always been bitch now. Right. I can show you the Satan stuff. Like it's pretty like clear, and I know it's really hard to say clear when it comes to Bible stuff. You probably shouldn't even say that. But I think that you can create an argument that there is evidence that the Satan that you have today, the Orthodox idea of Satan, was not originally there, and quite frankly, that the first kind of Christians to exist are nothing like the Christians of today. And we did get a super chat. I'm sorry, I don't want to.
Oh, we did. I saw that. Let me go back and read that real quick. Thank you, Sapien Cephalopod. Have you discussed a reverse exorcism? It's just when a demon pulls a priest out of a child. I'm sure there's a whole movie industry based on that, but we couldn't watch it.
I mean, quite frankly, I would trust the demons. Like if there was a room, 2 rooms, and someone said there's a demon in this room and there's a priest in this room, like which room are you going in? Like I'm going with the demon.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Much safer.
But yeah, absolutely. It's like the whole bear thing. True. And especially when you're trusting them with a kid, who are you going to trust more, a demon or a priest? Pope Pius or someone started that whole canonization of saints shit. I think authenticity. Oh, I missed it. I think authenticity is a bad way to evaluate religion. Well, you know, I get what they're saying. That's my point. Is just kind of like, at what point, you know, like, well, that's not correct. You know, like that. You know, angels aren't really like that, because if you go back further in time, they don't have angels. Okay, so at what point further back in time is the exact time where it's right? Before that is not right, and after that is just making up shit. Is it the Nicene Council? Is it 300 years after, whenever they came together and they said these books are good or these books are good? Is that when things are correct? And whenever we go, this word means this and this word means that, we go back to that time period and go, oh yes, that's what it actually means, because it means that in that time period, in that context. And I just say that because one of the things we mentioned earlier was we were talking about Satan and the devil. And Kip very, very correctly pointed out that that's just a modern Christian thing. Right? So said the Mycenaeans. So said the Mycenaeans. Whenever they you know, at what point, again, back through history, does it become...
Is that the Are you talking about Nicene?
I'm sorry. Is it Nicene? I'm sorry.
I know there is a Nicene Creed. I think the Nicene Creed was more about like whether or not Jesus was a son of God, or was he part of, I forget exactly, but what I would say about the canonization of the Bible, regardless of what people think or feel or believe about when the Bible got canonized, and I'm talking specifically about the ones that, wasn't it Eusebius who kind of headed that up for Who was the emperor at that time?
Oh,
Constantine.
Constantine.
Sorry, you guys. But that means a lot. Because they're like, oh, well, that doesn't matter. You know, the books that he put together that they chose, that doesn't mean anything. You know, that didn't mean, no, it means a lot when a state government, when a huge empire like that puts those books together, that practically tells you what's acceptable now. And everything else is not going to be saved, right? Because that's where the issue comes, is the preservation. What's preserved and what isn't. And, oh, well, this is what the empire thinks is cool. The rest of it, forget about it. That's why we lost so much shit. So people need to understand how important that canonization was.
Yes, and how important it is that we don't allow state government or state religion to take over. That's exactly what's happening.
Right, because that influence, we see what that influence did then, what that influence could do now when it comes to other religious beliefs who don't have it exactly canonized like they want you to have it.
Absolutely. Nicene Creed was about Jesus's divinity. Yeah. So that's kind of an interesting point. So a lot of people, I guess, would say that's the time when things are real. You know, I really don't know.
Right. That's probably like to them, you know, because he allegedly became a Christian or whatnot. And Eusebius had to rewrite some of his stuff. Like he had to put it out his book twice because, you know, he wanted to really make this guy look like he was hot shit and really a proponent of Christianity. And so I do think that is like a romanticized time period for Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of what flavor you are.
Yep. So one of the things, though, is that not all Christians throughout history clearly have believed the same thing. It has ranged wildly. The Christians of today would not be recognized by the Christians of the 3rd century.
No. And even Paul tells you, if you believe that Paul was a real person, right? Even he tells you that there were spies. Like, don't believe that hype. Don't believe that person. So already there were different ideas.
That's right.
Right after Jesus allegedly lived. Come on. So you think you really preserved what that man was speaking about? No.
And part of the thing is, I mean, as Jesus was going around, there were other messiahs going around doing the same thing. And that's probably like you're saying with Paul going, don't believe that, because that was some other messiah teaching some other thing about some other, you know.
Because there were so many, which is why even Paul got confused with one of them. Like he was like, are you the Egyptian? Like, oh, no, excuse me. No, like I'm from Tarsus. Like, no, right. I've got my papers, honey.
That's
my
awesome.
traveling papers.
Yeah, this is really interesting. And Nicole Cervantes says Paul was an incel. I've heard that a lot. He definitely didn't seem to really favor women's so much.
And again, I disagree with that, but I don't think that he was into women. Like I think that he thought that Jesus literally was going to come back right around ye old corner. And he didn't want to get sidestepped by anything. Like he was just like, okay, it's coming. I'm going to put my blinders on. I'm not looking at no tatties. I'm not looking at no boobies because I don't want it to, take me from my one true, whatever. I'm sure there's a lot to be said because again, you can just take the freaking Bible and you can take scriptures and you can make it into whatever you want it to be. So you can say that too.
Absolutely. Let's see. Theoretically says Jesus was probably just a random "the end is near" prophet. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Holding a sign, selling pencils out of a cup kind of situation. You know.
He's a mystery because you kind of get this idea. Oh, it was so small. Nobody barely even knew about it except for like these little stories that were written. But then as far as Christians concerned, oh no, there was this huge movement. Oh my God, look, the movement was so huge. Paul's writing letters to these people. Okay, well, it's got to be one or the other. I don't think that it's both.
Right. You know, it is Locked on Law says I was promised 72 hours, right? I think that was 72 virgins. Paul was mistaken.
Paul. Oopsies.
Oopsies. Good morning. Hell's Bells. Thank you for joining us. Kip Davis says, by the way, I am streaming with Justin from Deconstruction Zone today. Very cool. Guys, go check that out if you can.
I'll definitely try to watch.
Sounds like fun.
Yes.
We had a thunderstorm here last night, like 11:30, midnight or so. I normally get up between 1 and 2 now anyway. That's my normal get up time. But we had a thunderstorm, and Daisy really doesn't like thunderstorms. So she woke me up with a snuggle at about 12:30 or 12:40. So I've been up that long.
Oof.
I know. Even early, even for me.
That's a long day.
It is a long day. My Hebrew reading streams are super fun. Everyone should always watch every time. That's true. You should go check that out. Yes.
Every time.
Every time. Rock hard for Doug. Yeah, tell Justin we said hi. We haven't seen him in the chat in quite a while. You know,
He's so busy.
He's so busy. Yeah, he went all real and whatnot. He went full time. Is that right? He went full time, and now you know we're not good enough to talk to. It's sad.
Now we just have to follow him along.
That's true. Justin's awesome. Sapphire, Equatorial Poles Light says authenticity only exists in the mind of believers. There is no one true interpretation or correct collection of texts. It's all a history of people navigating the time they lived on. It's probably, see why not?
Yeah, people writing stories off of ideas of other stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just that, I guess where I was trying to go is that oftentimes we discount the way ex-Christians believe at X time in history because before that they believed something else. And so before that 100 years they believed something else. So that was right compared to what the people 100 years later believe. But then 100 years before that, I don't know. If my brain, I understand what I'm trying to say. It's all in context, you know? Yes. Let me do a thing. I've been sitting here sucking on an empty cup of coffee for quite a while. Let's do our, I know. We'll be back in just a few minutes, guys.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl Sagan, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is... It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I could see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
All right, we are back, and Ryan is still getting her some water, so I'll entertain you for a moment until she gets back. Thank you, John. I did see your comment. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, I do understand a lot of people. There are a lot of people who feel that way. They want to support content creators, but they don't like giving money to Google. And I have to say, I agree. It's better now than it was 5 years ago when I first started. We get more of the money, but they still get, people who don't need it still get it, you know? So yes, Adrian, awesome sauce, Austin. Oh yeah, no doubt. Equus, Austin Sims says, pass that shit to Carl Sagan after the puff puff. No doubt. I would really like to see Neil deGrasse Tyson's reaction to it. There she is. She's back. John Hudson says, I don't understand why she dumped the holy water on him. She could have just stuck her finger in his butt and went to hell with him. I guess, yeah. You're muted.
What did I miss?
Our commercial. But I don't really know. Yeah. I don't know how that turned into one of those, but
I don't know either, but okay.
It certainly sounds like I was having a better time down in hell than you were preparing to have up in heaven.
Probably.
Yeah. I haven't had anybody ask me about why the whole holy, holy, holy is the Lord outside of our conversations here in the chat, our educated atheist people.
Yeah, I wonder if people understand it.
I'd have to tell, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Rational Poet Ryan has gone completely bananas. You did.
Hello.
Makes a great phone and sexual alleviation device. It's just fantastic.
Oh, that's a little rough. I'm careful.
That's right. Let us see. I want to check our posts. And guys, Kip Davis is going to be on a thing tonight. He's posted some links. If you can, go check out Kip Davis's stuff. He's fantastic, very knowledgeable, very smart. And then, of course, tomorrow we will be doing, here on the channel, we'll be doing Sci-Fi Friday. We're going to be talking about what? Stargate. So if you're into Stargate now, I did mention to the evil one, she was watching yesterday whenever you'd mentioned that Stargate was getting better for you. And I was like, well, I'm going to try to get her to watch it again. And she's like, no.
Hell
She
no.
said no. But yeah, she did enjoy Stargate Atlantis. You know what she doesn't like about Stargate? Jack O'Neill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Of course, she was used to seeing the actor as a MacGyver, always smart, always doing these things, and Jack is intentionally not smart. And she didn't like that in his character. He plays extra dumb, and I remember watching it with her, and that very much bothered her. And as an actor, Richard Dean Anderson was over doing all the smart talk and all that stuff, and he didn't want to do that, so that's why he played the role that way. After 7 years of MacGyver. But I really enjoyed Amanda Tapping. She was fantastic doing all the nerd talk. So
now she's a captain.
Samantha Carter.
Yes, Samantha Carter. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. Amanda Tapping. That's right. Yeah, she goes on to do other stuffs too. I think it's Tumbleweed. No, it's a spinoff of Doctor Who, I think. No, it's not. I don't remember. Sanctuary. She does a series called Sanctuary. She started her own series. Anyway, we'll talk about Stargate tomorrow and see how you're doing. We're going to have some fun. Y'all going to watch some more of it tonight?
Probably.
Okay. Because I'll go look and see where y'all are, and when you tell me tomorrow, I'll know how far I can tell you. So, yeah,
okay.
But you haven't met Ball yet. You'll know when
not
you met
yet.
Ball. You'll be like, oh, we met Ball. There's no confusion.
I'm sure. Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. Anyway, okay, let me check our poll real quick. And again, guys, from our links down below to go support Ember and them, they very much could use it.
Support.
Papa Bear says slow news day in Atheist Town. His comment on my, I guess so. Do you think exorcisms are harmful or hurtful or just theatrical? Really, kind of what I wanted, whenever I posted the question was, and I didn't specify, I should have specified. I really wanted a non-believer's view. Of course, our poll is biased, and most of the people who did respond are obviously probably non-believers. But I wanted that to be specific, is that I wanted a non-believer view. So harmful, preys on vulnerable people. 80% of our 20 voters have said that.
Agreed.
Now, I the whole thing about how come demons never possess atheists? You know, maybe they have possessed us. We just give in and, co-pilot.
Maybe that's
Demon is my co-pilot.
Demon. Yeah, demon is my co-pilot. Exactly. But that's probably how they feel that, we're operating under the guise that we're just normal atheists who don't believe in God, but actually we're possessed by a demon who makes us think that, I guess.
I don't know. It's hard to think, those people who believe things like you were saying about the JWs, where they believe that things can be imbued with a spirit. Well, that would be so obvious. It would be everywhere. There's so many people and so many things. It just seems like,
and it would be causing death of people more often. I feel
everywhere, all the time.
Wouldn't it not? Or you would hear it in a court case. Well, I robbed the bank because the demon told me to do it.
The demon told me to do it. And that's a good point. Weirdo CKA Evans says, demons are my Microsoft Copilot. Very true. That's one of the things. How come you never hear God told me to do it as a legitimate legal defense? Why is that never used as a legitimate legal defense?
Don't know. I feel like it could be if it's legit.
You would think if it's real.
Yes, if I can say that I have an invisible enemy that is attacking me, that is putting thoughts into my head, but it's not any kind of mental illness. It's a physical attack from an invisible evil creature. Why would that not be a legitimate? I mean, you believe it's real.
Yeah. But then there would be like, how could you guarantee that it wouldn't happen again? You wouldn't get possessed by that same creature again.
I guess it's a slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope. That's
I bet it's not my belief system.
Well, actually that's two ways to go though. All right, so you've got that. That's one way. A demon possessed me and I did a bad thing. What about though, a man has been arrested for murder. They bring him into the place and he said, the purple-haired woman with the bone in her nose, God told me to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Not a demon. I wasn't possessed by a demon. God spoke to me. Why don't they use that defense?
Well, as Ember said that Bush said that God told him to.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see a lot of people saying that. I just don't mean like in a court of law. As my lawyer will now present my case, and his case is, well, God spoke to this man. I rest my case. He
really did. Why don't you believe me?
That's right. Texas Sapiens Cephalopod says Texas woman drowned her kids because God told her to. That is true. Why did that not get her off? She even admitted it. She did it for that purpose. Why did they not go, oh, well, if God wanted them dead, we should not arrest her. She did God's work.
What if God tells you to do something good?
That's crazy talk. I don't think I understand you. Are we talking about the same God? Have you met this God?
Well, no.
Apparently not.
Can't say I have, Chris. Cannot say I have.
Cannot say yeah. Good morning, Paddington Soul. Thank you for joining us. They do say Allahu Akbar, right? They do say God is great. That is interesting in that oftentimes in many of these Abrahamic, I guess all of the Abrahamic religions, you spend a lot of your time telling this God how good it is, how worthy it is, how much it's, how fantastic and how glorious it is. Glory be to Jesus.
There's a lot of
Yeah. God is great. It's like, why does God need to hear that? Is God that emotionally damaged? Does he sit around navel gazing going, man, I don't feel good about myself? And I'm like, God, no, man, you're the best God, dude. You are the best God. He's like, really? Really, me?
Sure.
I'm the best. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm like, no. Really?
No, I do love you. I really do. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't love me.
No. Can you get millions of people to say that they love me at the same time? I mean, if you're not killing for me, then I don't really believe you love me. It just never ends.
How can you even say it's love if people aren't dying for me?
Really, if there's not blood involved. And that's how you know something's really serious. You can promise me something, but it doesn't mean anything unless you're willing to like cut yourself to show me that, I mean, that's
why the Christianity is all about drinking the blood and eating the body.
True enough.
They're obsessed. It is a blood cult. They're obsessed. Cracking blood, man. The blood is serious.
Paddington Soul says God equals wisdom. That's an interesting point of view. Can you give me any example in the Bible where God uses wisdom to resolve a problem? I'll wait. In every case, you'll find God actually uses violence or the threat of violence, or in almost every case. There's I don't think there's any examples of God doing something calmly, wisely, sitting down with somebody going, listen, man, this is just not the way you should do shit. This is how, you'd be better off. Everybody would be better off if you did it like this. No, it's always do it my way or you're going to burn forever. Do it my way or I'm going to kill you. Do it my way or I'm going to rent you asunder. Do it my way or you're going to be punished. That's all God is. If you can find me some wisdom there, let me know.
I'm trying to think.
She's thinking.
I really am. I'm really trying to think.
I know. We can tell that the light's dim in the room.
There's a lot of heat coming off my head.
Yeah. GER7 even says, who make that do not kill so hard to understand? I know, right? They say, well, they like to split hairs. It says do not murder. And then they say killing in the name of your God is not murder. So you say tomato, I say tomato.
Tomato.
The 10 plagues against the Egyptians boycotting.
I don't even want to hear that story. That story is so messed up. Like God intentionally changes Pharaoh's heart. So he has no choice in the matter. And these are the people of free will. Well, why did God take away his free will?
Oh, right. I think Paddington is being sarcastic. Sorry, I don't think that's why, but it's a good point. Great point. God, that actually is a great point where God did not use wisdom in any way, did not use calm, rational thought or anything. He used high violence completely throughout. Deceit. And they're always talking about deceit. Yeah, and God changing your heart. If he's willing to harden Pharaoh's heart, he takes credit for everything.
What's he willing to do to you? How can you trust that your heart is not being used against you? Right?
Yeah. And then punishes people for Pharaoh's decisions. That's exactly right. It wasn't Pharaoh's decision though. Pharaoh had agreed. Pharaoh's like, oh, I'm sorry. Pharaoh's like, man. And then God hardened Pharaoh's heart.
He was kind of like sick of them. Like he was at the point where he was like, oh, okay, y'all are just so fucking annoying. Like you're not worth this. You're not worth all this hassle.
God even says that the reason why he hardened his heart was so he could show his true self to the people of Egypt. He could demonstrate his power to the people of Egypt. Was it calm and peace and loving power? Was there anything in that was godly or wise? No, it was all just violence. Just hideous violence. Not even against the people that did it. It was against everybody. even the animals.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people would have had to have died. The firstborn or whatever, the crops that would have died, the animals who were getting attacked by these creatures. I mean, you name
the
it.
firstborns of the animals were dead. Died. They
Yeah,
killed the
I mean, it
firstborns
was
of the
just
animals.
like, yeah, you're done. You're donezo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything was devastated. It just that kind of happens on the regular when God wants to punish one person. You could be in his line of sight. You could be in that scope. So regardless of how good of a person you are, you in the grand scheme of things might be part of his plan to be in pain, to be part of that cataclysmic event. And you don't even know that's what's happening to you.
Yeah. And you know, this whole, do you have choice? Do you not have choice? I have free will. But God knows everything from the beginning to the end. So if he knows everything from the beginning to the end, then everything's already set in place. And if everything's already set in place, then I don't have free will. And if I don't have free will, then how can he blame me for the things that I do wrong? Because he already knew I was going to do them. He knew I was going to do them and never repent. Why even ask people to repent? Why even give the option if you know they're not going to anyway? You're God. You know, these people really haven't thought their God through. I'm just saying, this all omniscient thing.
So they've not really thought their whole theology through.
Right.
Sorry.
There was this time a long time ago where these people who were wandering literally the desert in tents, they didn't have camels. Camels weren't around. They probably had maybe horses, if anything. I don't know. But and they didn't even have like houses or a town. And so occasionally, in order to worship their God, they would stop and they would build a little rock altar. And then they would go on. Yeah, yeah. And then this is literally what we're looking at. We see it's holy because of Abraham, but that's what you're looking at. You're looking at a bunch of desert people who were they were going off of stories that were told to him or whatever. It's just all, it's crazy that these people balance so much on these things.
Right. They put so much in science today while at the same time wanting to go back to a time where they didn't have all that knowledge to inform their religious beliefs.
Ember says, all I have done was the will of the Father. I repent of nothing. That's the next. One of the things I like is whenever Jesus says, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Whenever he's talking about the Jews who gave him over to Pilate and the Romans. And a lot of Christians will say that's when those Jews were the Jews who sacrificed Jesus, but they didn't sacrifice Jesus, right? They turned him over to be executed. But if they were doing right in the eyes of God, Jesus wouldn't have need to have asked for their apologies. Wouldn't have said, hey, they know not what they do. Forgive them. Why forgive them if they were doing right? So
right. They were part of that, again, that grand plan that God had. Right. And regardless of their free will of what they wanted to do, their heart could be directed or misdirected or misguided, what have you, to feel something they wouldn't normally. And how would we know?
One of my favorite ideas or stories is essentially that, we had all these judges or messiahs who occasionally another power would come along and take over the people of Judea, and a messiah would rise and overthrow these, like the Babylonians or some of these other people, the Canaanites or whatever. But Jesus, he was not lucky. If he was real, he was not. If he rose up to be a judge or to be a messiah, he didn't rise up against the Babylonians. He rose up against the fucking Romans, and the Romans were a lot more advanced. There was no chance. Right. A minor insurrection against Babylonians, I think, would have been, or any of those other smaller, less advanced groups would have been so much easier, I think, than trying to, because the Roman army was just something significant. There's no way little judges, I just don't see that. I could be wrong.
It had been a long, drawn out time period. They just might have got to the end of their rope, like, we ain't putting up with this shit no more. We've been trying to conquer you for I don't know how long now. Just get over it.
Yeah. It's very interesting. There's a lot of history there too that I'd be very interested in learning. Romans weren't so tough against Boudicca. I don't know who Boudicca is. Boudica? Boudicca? It looks like Boudicca. I don't know.
Boudica is that the was that the woman?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Well, it's sort of like we talk about whenever the Romans went to get Jesus from the Garden of Gethsemane, and Jesus went with him willingly. And I've argued that the reason why he went with him is because these were the Romans. And had they fought them right there, they would have all died. By Jesus going willingly, he survived. It's like, it just made sense. Real Talk says, God is real. I used to be a bad guy, always looking girls with lust. One day, one girl got so mad, she started praying to God against me. Since then, there's always pain in my eyes, and it is constant. Oh, man. Funny, isn't it funny? The disassociation between reality and what goes on in their minds is fantastic. Did you know the month of March in German März is named after a Roman war god? Yes,
Cool.
we did, Mars. And now look at Kanzler Merz. Oh, hey, I don't know who Kanzler Merz is.
It is interesting when you think of like the days of the week, the months of the year. I mean, we're inundated with the ancient beliefs, and yet they still just have to stand on this mono, one God.
Was it Julius Caesar who screwed us all up with August? or Augustus? It was Augustus, or one of them. Julius with July, and then Augustus had to do his thing. Anyway, there's a reason why September 7, October 8, right?
Oh.
December 10, November 9. The months were named in order until the emperors came along and decided they wanted a month named after them and threw a month in there. And then another one was like, I want a month named after me too. Mine has to be longer than his. So they made, so that's why our calendar is screwed up. Otherwise, October would be the 8th month of the year.
Right.
December would be the 10th month of the year.
I remember hearing that. Like, it just, there's so there's so much you don't really know, or because it's just normal. You don't even think about it. I'm sure Christians don't even think about it.
Yeah. Paddington Soul reasoning. It is better one man instead of thousands, and he inspired the Romans too, and the world improved. I don't think that's right. Have you seen what's it called? The Sopranos?
The series?
Yeah, the TV show. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's this one point in there where Tony and this other guy, they're interrogating this Jew, right? And the Jew's like, Jews have been around forever. Where are the Romans? And Tony's like, we're right here. Because Italians are the Romans. And he had him in a chair and they were beating him. Like, we've been beating them for 2,000 years.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't realize, yes, the Romans are still there. They're called Italians now.
Yeah, people just become, not all the time, but a lot of times people are still there. They just become a new people group.
The Romans, the Romans are to modern day Italians what modern day Israelites would be to ancient Hebrews. It's not like they went away. They're still there.
Wait, what?
Yeah. There's more proof of Jesus than Julius Caesar. Cool. Which month is Jesus named after? That's right. Good point. And there's not more proof of Jesus. Where do people get this stuff? Anyway, I think I've engaged with the low bar, the smooth brains enough today. Yeah, I know. Amber's got them.
Yep. There's no claim to fame there. In my opinion.
Not really.
And I'm glad. I prefer not to have a bunch of stuff named after Jesus.
Right. There's already enough as it is with the religious stuff.
Right.
Let me check our poll here and see how it's doing. Aha. Same. Yeah, this is a slow poll today. Dr. Kip, yes, but our third-party sources are unfortunately quite late. You know, there's some things. One of the college buddies played, let's see, Evan says, one of my college buddies played the kid in The Sopranos. Oh, cool.
Cool.
Somebody's daughter or something. That's very cool. My wife knew some of the in the Breaking Bad, there's these two little redheaded kids that play these twins. They actually play one kid, right? They're twins that play one kid.
Oh.
And she knew the mother, I think, or something like that. It's pretty cool. Neurogeezer says, I heard that there were a lot of preachers in the ancient Middle East and that they could have been more than one that was named Jesus. There was more than one named Jesus.
It was a popular name, too.
Yeah, it was a popular name. And there were several that were not named Jesus. They were trying to be judges. They were trying to be messiahs. The Jewish people were being oppressed by the Romans, and they were trying to do what their history and their religion, I guess, told them to do. So
someone that would save them from this enemy.
Right. What is the time frame between the last book of the Old Testament and the first book of the New Testament?
I think Daniel might be one of the later ones at the 2nd century, 2nd century BCE.
Yeah. So I was just kind of curious where the dividing line, why the dividing line between the Old Testament and the New Testament were where they were time-wise.
But even the problem with that, because I used to ask myself that question as a kid, but the problem with that is I didn't know that Daniel was such a late book. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, right.
We as a Christian, like I thought, like, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe like 500 or something.
Yeah, much earlier. Yeah.
Much earlier.
Yeah.
But in reality, there's like maybe 100, 200 years or something.
Yeah. And so, but if the difference between Daniel, the last book, and the first book of Jesus' story, the first book of the New Testament is 100 or 150 years, and that delineates where a book separates, that's not really a good way of doing it, because there's many hundreds of years between the book of Daniel. You know, it's just that there's lots of hundreds of years between these spans of these books. I'm just curious as to why. See, Kip says the Old Testament books were still being actively edited all the way into the 1st century. Yeah.
That's why the Dead Sea Scrolls are like such a cool find, and people like try to stand on that. No, everything's been the same. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and read.
Right.
Read that.
And who determines what books get put into the Old Testament? There are a lot of writings that happened back then. Lots and lots of scholars, lots of people wrote stuff. Who determines what goes in these books? You know, we know what the Septuagint is. Wait a second. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking. I'm thinking the Torah, the first 5 books of the.
Yeah.
That's like the initial part. So anything that comes after that is what we were talking about earlier, modern Christian interpretation. Remember how we were talking about angels, or we were talking about something, and Dr. Kipps, yes, Satan is a modern Christian thing. Okay. So, but this religion started with the Torah, and anything outside of that, I mean, I'm just kind of generalizing. You know what I'm saying? Anything outside of that, though, since that's supposed to be the core, and everything else outside of that is essentially fan fiction.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and they're not as old as, like the first 5 books or whatever. Like that is what, 3rd century BCE. And even like with the Septuagint, like being written, that in a way is like a canonization. Like that is now the new. That is like
the new, right?
The new acceptable, regardless if it's said or not. When you have an empire behind it that says a lot, and I really get frustrated when scholars kind of overlook that. Like Dan McClellan, I love him, but I don't think he takes the seriousness of, you know, an entire empire or state, whatever, writing a document and passing that off as, I'm not saying they pass it off, but I think to other people, like, oh, this is what I should be following. This is what's legit now.
Yeah. I'm going to embarrass myself by admitting something. And that's it. most of my adult life, if you'd have asked me, I always would have thought the Old Testament books were written 3,000 to 6,000 years before the New Testament. I thought there was the huge significant gap between these two. Always, I had no idea that most of the Old Testament was really not that much older than the New Testament itself.
And the oldest stories, Adam and Eve, they're not that old. They could be based on older stories, absolutely, or calling upon old ideas.
Yeah.
But no, they were put there intentionally. Like it's propaganda.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Fan fiction. I dig it. Ancient fan fiction. Jesse Jamestown says that real talk, maybe you have a coincidental, move. You guys are talking at your thing. Man, you guys are having quite a conversation in there, all smartified and whatnot.
Wowsies.
Secular Feeling says, hey, when I was a kid, I thought canonized meant to be shot out of a cannon. I wasn't a very bright child.
I mean, you could be canonized maybe that way if you'd like to. That's a canon event right there.
There you go.
That's a canon event.
Yeah, it's just I just have to. I always really thought of, and then to come and find out that a lot of these other ancient Egypt is so much older than the text of the Bible, the Old Testament.
Yeah, it's
because they go back 4,000-6,000 years. Whenever we're talking about the building of the pyramids, that's a lot further than the 2,300 to 3,000 years to the Old Testament.
Yeah, we're much closer to those books than the pyramids, and it's just interesting. There's a story in there about the pyramids. Yeah, that wasn't you, honey. Sorry, you weren't there.
If the pyramids were there, there's no reason why they couldn't tell a story about them 500 years later.
Right. They're trying to explain why, but it's just, had they realized exactly how long they had been there previously, maybe they wouldn't have given themselves away by writing certain. I mean, I think that there's that there is links to a certain storage pyramid or something like that, but not the pyramids that we're talking to, the old school ones.
Yeah. Here's an interesting thought I just had. Stroke of genius. What if the pyramids are the tower from the Tower of Babel, of a civilization that tried to build something very tall and eventually collapsed? The civilization collapsed.
They had those ziggurats.
They had ziggurats. Oh yeah.
Mesopotamia and stuff. I mean, I think that was kind of the simple, basic structure, right? And probably maybe that idea was kind of in that area, a well-themed idea of building something so high you're reaching the heavens. Because they believed that gods lived on mountains at times, right? That's where they thought they were, up on the highest point.
Yeah. And the people we're talking about, these ancient Canaanites, technically, the notion, these people, we already mentioned, they're living, they're very poor, even by the standards of the world of the day. They're going from oasis to oasis, building little rock things, little temples out of rocks, and sacrificing animals. And then they come across something like a ziggurat or a pyramid or anything built that's bigger than just a regular mud house. Yeah. And it's
still a wonder in our day, right? So imagine them.
Absolutely.
A world wonder.
Absolutely. Yeah. So can't imagine. Kip says they're not. The Tower of Babel was in Babylon. It was, Babylon. That's right. It was Temeniki. Cool. Very cool. Interesting. Yeah. I just kind of put the two together. But the pyramids still haven't collapsed. I guess the outer shell casing of the one pyramid was removed to build the city of Cairo in like the 1400s. Otherwise, it'd still have that big, nice casing on the outside of it. I don't know if you know, the big one used to be, I think, white, and the one to the left of it used to be red, and the one I think to the other side was black.
Oh, really?
Because of the casings they had, casing stones they had on the outside of them.
No, did not
Yeah.
know. There's so much
Well-
about that. I would love to learn. It's just the time. It's just time management.
Time, yeah. It'd be interesting. I'd love to get over there and see some of those things. They got like Memphis,
Oh, I'd love to go. Hmm.
Yeah. That's interesting that like in Stargate, you hear a lot of things, Apophis and Memphis, and a lot of the things you'll hear. What is the other one? The other world they go to? It's the first world they go to.
Oh, I don't remember.
Right after in the movie, I can't remember the name of the world they go to. It starts with an A, I think. I always say that, and I'm always wrong. But the first city they go to is actually a city named just south of Cairo. So in Stargate, they go to another world that's named after that city
Oh, okay.
or some business. The city was named after the world.
Cool.
Jimmy Snow, notorious flat earther. Who's a notorious flat earther? Not Jimmy Snow. Oh, Kip says the story of Babel was probably inspired by Nabopolassar and Nebuchadnezzar's effort to renovate the old ziggurat in the early 6th century.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
But it's
Abydos.
interesting how they make that sound like such an old
Yes.
story.
Right. Yep. Abydos is the name of the town, the name of the city that's south of. Yes. So Abydos was the name of the thing in the movie.
That's right.
Very cool. Very cool. I learned a lot myself about that sort of thing. Let me check over here. Now, as far as I always thought, coming back to our topic today of exorcisms, even whenever I was a Christian, I wasn't a Catholic, so I never really thought that much about it. But I did read a book one time, and this book, people in the chat recognized it, but the book kind of told the story of what's going on around you in this world you can't see all the time. There's angels and demons fighting for your soul around you all the time.
Oh, gosh.
And the book shows you that their perspective, like the demons hiding in your house, the angels trying to get them out or whatever, is really cool. I always found myself fascinated with the ideas of what that happens behind the scenes of Catholicism. John Constantine. Have you seen Constantine?
I have,
Keanu
but
Reeves?
it's been a little while. Mhm.
Yeah, it's essentially going on the premise that Catholicism is real, and these are the things that are going on,
Right. Duking it out. We don't
Duking
even
it out.
know. We don't even know how much they're protecting us.
Very true. And one of the things is like if the God creature of the Bible is so bad, then I would almost think they'd be on our side. How could Satan convince a third of the host of heaven to rebel against God? Because he was a horrific God monster, and it didn't take very much. There was quite a few of them. They're like, man, this is unfortunate. And we're
Mhm.
reading his book, and he wrote about, so that's kind of. But when you look at the actions and the way the people who've followed the ways of this God creature for the last 2,000 years, yeah,
And also too is if I were Satan, and let's say I believe he's Satan, I believe that he's an angel.
okay.
He's just a bad angel. If I were him, I would just be bulking up my army by having sex with women, because you give birth to Nephilim. You give birth to like a Jesus type figure with power.
That's correct. You're right.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I just don't get why we don't have a bunch of Nephilim running around. It
Maybe,
boggles the mind.
Yeah. What happens to them if they're so powerful? What happened to the ones that were there?
Right. Yeah. Well, that and the whole story with the Nephilim that doesn't even make sense, because God caused the flood because they were so evil, and it was just terrible, the stuff that they were doing on the earth. But then when Moses goes into Canaan and they're scouting the land, guess who's there? The Nephilim. So you didn't even kill the Nephilim?
Right.
The fuck?
Right.
What
And it
happened?
was the sons of God that came down from the heavens and pretty much contaminated contaminated mankind,
Mm-hmm.
spoiled us, leading to God wanting to kill us all with the flood. We were spoiled by his creation, the sons of God. I mean, am I reading that wrong? I don't think
No,
I am.
yeah. That's basically what he said. The sons of God done did it. But that would be the perfect thing. If the sons of God really made God move, then what you need to do is start bang-a-langing and
That's right.
create a whole nother army.
That's right. That's
and
exactly
then we'll see some stuff go down.
That's right. You know, it's so obvious now. You know, if only we could spread this reason and how ridiculous these stories are, you know, to the world. And all these Christians, if we could just get them away from that to where Christianity is no longer a religion, but the mythology it should be.
Miss Non Sequitur said, I should say Nephilim. The Nephilim were just so tall that their heads stayed above the flood, I guess. There is some, I don't know if it's Midrash, but that maybe they were hanging on to the back of the ark.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They were like, but I mean, even if that were true, how many of them were hanging? Like, it's just so dumb the way they make excuses for how they survived.
But here's the deal. The purpose of the flood is to kill any creature that God does not want to live. Right?
Including the animals.
Including the animals. So even if they held on to the side of the ark, they were not intended by God to live, or they would have been inside the ark. So they should have died regardless. He should have just killed them somehow. I'm just saying.
Right. Either way.
Yeah, in the same way that no one invented the wheel, no one invented ziggurats and pyramids. Really, they're kind of, I mean, there's a stone pyramid outside of St. Louis.
Is there?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised. I mean, people were living here for thousands upon thousands of years. I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I tell you what, I am going to run our Halo. We didn't do a thing. I'm going to run our Holy Halos and wrap up the show whenever we get back. Let me read our super chats for you guys. And tomorrow, I'm very excited about tomorrow. Looking forward to tomorrow. Sci-Fi Friday, we're going to be talking about. Now, see, the Stargate. Oh, very much fun. I love me some Stargate. There it is. Not all of it, though. I got to say, there are some episodes that I really have a hard time watching.
Yeah.
And then, to be honest, after the end of season 7, season 8's okay.
Yeah.
Season 9 and season 10 are, you know, you push through because you're there. You may as well finish it.
Got to see the ending now.
Yeah. I do like that they do eventually bring over Claudia Black and John Crichton, the actor who plays John Crichton, I can't remember his name, from Farscape. And they bring them over, and it's really good. They do good as best they can. It's just not the same. Sapient Cephalopod for $5 says, have you discussed a reversed exorcism? It's when a demon pulls a priest out of a child. That's good shit. That's good shit right there. Thank you all. You guys have a wonderful. I'm going to play this commercial. I'll come back and close out the show here in just a minute. Ryan, thank you very much.
Love you guys. Bye.
Next up in the bark bank, a clergyman with a holy hustle and maybe a few unholy loopholes.
Hi, Barks. Blessings and belly rubs to you all. I'm Father Flanagan, and today I'm here seeking $50,000 for 3% of my soul-saving startup, Holy Halos, the world's first, soon-to-be, church-approved condoms. Following the ways of the Lord can be hard and often require sacrifices of the flesh. Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of Holy Halo condoms.
Hold on, Father. The church very much doesn't like condoms. How do you expect to sell these?
Well, you're right, but these aren't just any condoms. No, my furry financiers, these are permeable. But every single halo has been dipped in holy water, a divine divider between you and sin. You can finally frolic freely and still keep that sweet spot in heaven. Permeable, but dipped in holy water to keep the sin out, but let the babies in.
Let you get your stick wet without getting your stick stuck.
If you know what I mean.
Oh my! Very embarrassing every time.
So basically they don't work as condoms, but they let you get away with having sex without going to hell?
Exactly. The church gets to keep making babies, but you don't have to keep going to confession. Think of it. No more guilt, no more awkward I'm saving myself for marriage speeches. With Holy Halos, you can take those pray hands and turn them into lay hands.
Didn't I read that holy water is full of bacteria like E. coli? Won't this be harmful to women's health?
The words are English, but I don't understand the question.
How are you addressing the issue holy water presents for women's health?
Again, I'm not understanding.
She does that. Well, we don't get it either.
Is that mesh from a window screen?
Ah, that's a keen eye you have there, young lass. Yes, yes. Another fine selling point. Rough on the outside to increase her shame, as it should be. But soft and smooth on the inside, internally lubed and ribbed for his pleasure. We even have custom scents.
Scents? Now you have my attention. What flavors we talking? Don't pitch me that vanilla missionary nonsense, Padre.
Well, we do have virgin vanilla, but we also have miracle mint and a cooing camel, and my personal favorite, sweat of the Savior.
And the Vatican, they've blessed this endeavor?
Well, not exactly. I'm still waiting on the papal decree one way or the other.
I love it, but you're asking 50 grand for only 3%. That's rough, Father, real rough.
Not running with the big dogs on this one. I'm gonna stay on the porch.
Me too. Good luck, Father. 15%.
Ouch, 15%, that's highway robbery even for the church.
Come on, Father. We're dogs. We know a bone when we see one. 10%, and we'll even bless your branding.
Look, meet me in the middle, 7%, and I'll baptize all your puppies.
7% works for me. Father Flanagan, it looks like
Wait a second. Our producers say we have a special call-in bidder. Let's get him up on the screen. Folks, we have the guardian of the sacred fire hydrant himself.
Oh no.
Defender of the holy tennis ball and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poops a Lot the Fifth.
Flanagan!
Yes, your portrait.
50,000 at 20%.
20%?
And you get to keep calling yourself a father.
Sold to the pup in the very fine hat.
I knew you'd see it my way.
You're very wise, your hiney. Would there be anything else?
You may leave.
Father Flanagan's line of holy halos, ultra thin, spiritually thick. Available in 3 sizes, conservative, medium, and liberal. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow for Sci-Fi Friday, where we're going to talk about Stargate and the first couple of seasons of that with Ryan, who's going through the series. So have a good day. Sin safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booths, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the ghost in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goats, the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Finnegan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming